Hi Pratik, how are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you, sir?
I'm good too. Yeah. Can you tell me something about yourself?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am Pratik. I am from Tripura. I have done my graduation from Chennai Hindustan University from mechanical stream. Then I have done on training from one institution. Then I have got a job in Amazon as a manual test engineer.
Mhm.
And there I have worked on projects like I have performed regression testing, then sanity testing, smoke testing, ad hoc testing, this kind of testing.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, that's all.
Okay.
It has been 1 year I am working.
Okay, so you have 1 year of experience in manual testing.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, what do you mean by test scenario?
test scenario. So test scenario is like suppose we take an application,
Mhm.
suppose Gmail. In
Mhm.
Gmail, we have to like it is a when you get one requirement, then we have to design some uh, scenarios in which we write some test cases.
Mhm.
So that is known as test scenarios.
Okay. So whenever you get this question in an interview, you can answer like a test scenario is nothing but it is defined as a functionality that can be tested. Okay. Let's say if any functionality is there or feature is there, which is under the test. So it is also called as test condition or test possibility. So as a tester, we are supposed to put ourselves in the end user's shoes and then figure out how the real world scenarios would be and use cases would be for the application which is under the test. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you tell me the test scenarios for a banking website?
Uh, test scenario. Suppose in login field,
Mhm.
first we have to register ourselves. So there will be username and password field. So this is one kind of scenarios.
Right, right.
And after login, after we register ourselves, then we have to uh, update our details in the website,
Mhm.
bank details. Then so we can verify this correctly or not. We can deposit our money or not, or withdraw our money or not.
Mhm.
This can be some of the scenarios.
Right, right. So initially, the very first scenario would be that we would be validating the login and the authentication functionality, right? Then we would be testing. The second scenario can be the money transfer can be done or not, right? That is again a very important scenario. Then money is been received as a, let's say if I'm an account holder. So if someone wants to transfer money into my account, so if it is received or not, then am I
Yeah,
able to check the account statement, right? Account statement
yeah,
for last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 15 days also. So those kind of scenarios I would be checking.
yeah,
Then I
sure.
would be testing the fixed deposit or recurring deposit that can be created or not, right? So these are the few of the high level test scenarios for a banking website. Okay. Now, what is equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis?
Equivalence, these are some test case design techniques.
Mm-hmm.
So equivalence partitioning is like suppose we take one field such as password field.
Mm-hmm.
So in that password field, there will be some defined values. So we are testing the boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, the password field will take an input from 0 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
So so we will test the boundary values like from -1 to 1, then from 9 to 11. We are
Mm-hmm.
testing these scenarios. So the test cases will reduce. So our time will be saved.
Correct,
This is
correct.
and in equivalence partitioning,
Mm-hmm.
um, sir, I don't remember that
Okay,
scenario.
no issues. So basically, why we are so you mentioned that we are actually using them for the as a testing techniques. So the significance of using them is to reduce a very large number of test cases to manageable chunks. As you were mentioning, let's say if you have to test one particular mobile number also, so 10 digits would be there, right? So think of all the permutations and combinations of testing all those 10 digits together. So if you are using equivalence partitioning or boundary value analysis, so what would happen ultimately? Your testing effort would get reduced because you would be able to reduce your test cases to a significant number, right? And you would be able to manage your testing. So this particular type of testing using equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis is appropriate for calculation intensive applications with a large number of permutations and combinations of inputs or variables, you can say, right? So this is how you can answer. Okay, now what is configuration testing? Hello, hello, Pratik. Yeah. So Pratik, what do you mean by configuration testing? Hello. Yeah. So what do you mean by configuration testing?
Configuration. I don't have idea about that, sir.
Okay, no issues. So configuration testing is actually a software testing technique in which the software application would be tested with multiple combinations of hardware and software in order to evaluate the functional requirements.
Okay.
Okay. So we are making sure that the software application works without any defects or any flaws, and we are testing it with optimal configurations. You can tell like that. Then prerequisites for configuration testing are like there should be some proper metrics that should be defined with the help of a product owner or business analyst or stakeholders with a combination of all kinds of software and hardware configurations, right? Then then all the configurations should also be prioritized, right? And then that we would be testing each and every configuration based on the prioritization. So these are few of the prerequisites before you start configuration testing. Okay. Now, what is parallel testing?
So parallel testing,
Mhm.
we are testing some features or application with some browsers, different browsers.
Mhm.
This can be
Okay. So if you are testing with respect to different browsers, so that is cross-browser testing, right? So parallel testing is nothing but it's a kind of testing where we would be testing the same input on different systems simultaneously. Okay. Let's say if you were working on version 1.5, okay, and customer is having 1.4 as the version. So what you will be doing, you will be testing on 1.4 as well as 1.5 just to make sure that the legacy version and the new version are behaving the same, or there is some difference in the behavior. If there is a difference in the behavior, then ultimately the backward compatibility is not being maintained. So you will be having a word with the development team to make sure that uh, newer version should have all the proper behaviors and features, and also it should be more efficient compared to the legacy version, right? So that is
got it.
parallel testing. What is system testing?
So in system testing, basically, we are testing the end-to-end scenario of
Mhm.
the application. For example, in Gmail, we are we want to forward some mail to some other people. So we are writing some subjects, then writing the mail, then we're attaching some documents, then we are sending it to some other people. So from uh, from entering the person's name, then to the sending of the mail, and the person received the mail or not, the end-to-end total scenario is known as system testing.
Right. So basically, you can tell system testing is a level of testing that validates a complete and fully integrated product. Okay. And as you were mentioning, it is done to evaluate the end-to-end system specifications. Right. So it is a kind of, you can also mention series of different tests where purpose is to exercise the full end-to-end scenario-based testing. Okay, now what is concurrency testing? Yeah, you are on mute, Pratik. You are on mute. Just unmute yourself. Yeah, yeah. Unmute yourself. Yeah, keep yourself in unmute only. Yeah. What is concurrency testing?
Sir, no idea.
Okay, no issues. So concurrency testing is a testing technique to detect the defects in an application when multiple users are logged in. Okay, so in other words, it is kind of testing where you are performing the same action at the same time with the help of multiple users. So in kinds of banking based applications, where multiple users are using those applications at the same number of time, they are performing the same actions. So that is concurrent testing. Okay, what are the advantages of concurrent testing?
Sir, no idea about that.
Okay, so basically advantages of concurrency testing is it reduces the amount of effort needed to test an application by restricting the scope of concurrent interactions, right? So basically what would happen is if any one or two user is testing the application, so you won't be able to know how it will perform when thousand number of users would be testing it. So with this kind of testing, the users are getting confidence based on whether the uh, about the robustness, you can say, of the, or reliability, you can say, of the programs, right? So it is there. Okay, now let's say if there is an Amazon website, the e-commerce website, you have to purchase some product, add it to the cart, and move it to the payment method. So this is how the flow of the e-commerce application is there. Can you tell me high level test scenarios, what all things you will be testing in this application?
First of all, I'd verify if I can select one product or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can add it to the cart or not. Then I'll verify if I can order it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can verify like I can delete the order or not. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can remove from the cart. Then I will check whether I can add multiple product in the same like continuously.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can verify this by in landscape mode also, like in portrait and landscape mode, it is working or not. Then uh, then I can like change the browser. Then I can verify if the same process is working properly or not.
Correct, correct. So you'll be testing on
Mm,
different browsers, different mobile application, sorry, mobiles like Android, iOS.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then,
Then like the payment gateway is working fine or not.
mm,
Then I'll check the different strings like the text, everything is perfect or not. Then mm, I will log in and log out. Then I will verify if the same process is working smoothly or not.
okay, okay,
I will I will try to delete the cache of the application.
mm-hmm.
Then I will verify if the same process is working smoothly or not.
Correct.
This is what coming in my mind right now.
Okay, no issues. Yeah. So whenever you get, this kind of question where you have to mention the test scenarios, so cover the positive ones first, right? The happy part.
Okay.
Then focus on negative testing aspect. Let's say if you're trying to do a payment from the credit card, which is already expired, or debit card with insufficient balance in that, or using internet banking where balance is not there, right? So try to do it from, try to cover the negative test cases in an answer. Then think from the performance testing point of view, right? Or volume testing point of view. Let's say if 100 users are accessing that application at the same time, or 200 users for are accessing one particular module, then how will be the behavior, right? So cover from that perspective as well. Okay, now can you tell me the example of a defect with low severity and high priority?
I'll give an example in this Amazon website only.
Okay.
Suppose like suppose I am ordering one product from there, and in that product, first of all, we have to just search the product, and then we have to add it in the cart. Then suppose the order is not getting added in the cart while we are ordering the product. So this can be high, this can be low severity, because we can add the product in the bucket, but we can add the product, but we are not able to access the product in that cart. But this can be high priority.
Right. Severity will be low over here. So if I come to your example, you were able to add that item into the cart, right?
Yeah.
But after adding that product into the cart, you were not able to remove it. Was that your scenario?
No, like I am not able to access the product in the cart. Like I can't click on the cart, and then I can't see the product there.
Right. So then it would be high severity, high priority. Let's say if you would have ordered some shirt uh, with yellow color, and you have already added it into the cart. Now the internet went away, or you went for coffee or something, and then you came back. Now you want to check which color of the shirt you had actually added, but ultimately you would not be able to access that particular item in the cart. Then the severity will be high. It is a kind of losing the usual flow of the application, right? There is a difference in that. Over here, what you can do is, when you get this question of a defect with low severity and high priority, you can take an example of any logo on the website. Let's say if it was an Amazon website, and the spelling of the Amazon or the logo is distorted, right? So it is impacting the branding of the company. So it will be, priority will be high because it is impacting the brand name of the organization.
Yeah.
Severity will be low. You
Definitely.
can order your shirts, you can add them to the cart. It is not impacting your functional flow.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that is okay. Pratik, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir, no, sir.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
It was a nice interview. Thank you for
Yeah.
uh,
So
giving me the opportunity for the interview.
same here. Same here. Thanks to you.